So it's that time of year when our gardens are going dormant a little bit, our trees are going dormant, and our grass is drying. So we're here to help you a little bit with that today. We got Chris Walton from Swingle Landscape. Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
So we look at our lawns right now, and I'm checking this out here, and it looks like the grass is kind of semi-live, right?
Yes.
But when we get a closer look, you can kind of see the blades thinning out and whatnot, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And it makes it extremely difficult for us to go ahead and be able to aerate the lawn, be able to get nutrients down into the soil where it's needed. It also is difficult for the lawn to rebound in the spring if you don't have enough water this time of the year. And I know a lot of people have actually turned off their irrigation systems already. So you definitely want to make sure you're pulling the hose and trying to get water to that lawn.
So the whole idea is to water it with a water hose, and
Yep.
or if you have a sprinkler system, how much? I mean, because it gets cooler and the days are shorter, how much water are we talking about here?
You're definitely talking about 15 to 20 minutes in each area of the lawn that you can, and you want to try and do that at least 2 to 3 times a week right now with the lack of water we have.
And one of the things that I've struggled with with having lawns in the past is how do you know when you have enough water? I know that I used to kind of stick the dirt a little bit. Is there some way to tell? Is there a touch test, or how far do you go in to see how much moisture?
You certainly can do that. Unfortunately, what happens in Colorado, and especially with watering lawns and trees, is it's so dry, the soil is so compacted, and you get about a third of the water that runs off, a third of the water that evaporates, and a third of it that actually gets into the soil itself.
And it's so important to keep it watered even during the winter months because the stresses are with lack of moisture.
Absolutely.
And that's even true for the trees. So I look at a tree and I'm wondering, okay, here's a big tree, but how do you keep these guys watered during the winter months?
Deep root watering is the best way to do that. You want to try and get water down into the soil as far as possible, and having a recharge service or any company come out and do that watering over the winter is most beneficial.
Okay, so how do you do that? Because I'm totally not familiar with deep water. Do you stick like a pipe in the ground or something? And
Absolutely. There's a probe that goes in the ground. We do about 4 gallons per minute out of the probe and try to water as much as possible around the roots.
Get it down to the roots,
Correct.
right? So those trees can just sip up that water and stay healthy during the winter. Something that we don't always think about.
That's right.
Because it's wintertime, but so important to keep both our lawns and our trees watered. Christine, during the wintertime, and Chris Walton from Swingle Landscape, thank you so much for joining us. So, Christine, our lawns and our trees should look great now, I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Just takes a little TLC.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Keep
All right,
them looking
Christine,
lovely.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with